is enough, and it's time for a change!
Are you ready?
It is Sunday, and you're listening to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
Give me a hell yeah!
Get some love!
Ooh, yeah!
With Kinny Killa.
Hey, yo!
We're in the big D tonight, baby, and we are live! Woo!
I'm the gal them sugar should.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be! Cause that's the bottom line! The Stone Cold said so!
Hello everyone and welcome to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. It is Sunday, it's episode 60, and I am the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, the one man with no Instagram, Kinny Killa. And you know, I'm always kicking it with the hashtag tech guy, the Newport Knight, the gal them sugar, Shugs.
Yo, yo, yo.
Now today, people, it is the American special, the US special. I like to call to the stage, Nick Magee.
The best defense is offense.
Now, also, we have a debut on the show, people. It is the professor himself, Mr. Mike Rodriguez.
Yes, it is the Professor Mike
Welcome,
TNA bringing his expertise on WWE.
Welcome. How you doing all the way from Rhode Island?
Pretty good. Just woke up not too long ago, but who needs a cup of tea, right?
Well, like I like to say, you know, we appreciate our American brothers for coming on the show. You guys have to wake up early and, you know, just to shoot the breeze with us. So, you know, have to say thanks for that. How's your weekend been so far?
Good. Not too bad.
Good.
Can't complain.
That's good. All good. Nick, what's it like out in Michigan?
Michigan is very cold at 6:34 in the morning, but every day's good. The weather looks nice, but it's just kind of chilly.
And I understand that you've been working busy as always, you know, with the Pro Wrestling Smart Talk.
That's right. Pro Wrestling Smart Talk. We got some interviews lined up. We'll be talking about the return of Chikara next weekend. And also talking about IWA Mid-South, King and Queen Deathmatch tournaments that will be coming up in June. So I'm looking very forward to it.
Wicked shirts. Hey, I know I'm hot out here. Oh, you know what? I know we complain about the weather, but it is hot, bruv.
It's hot, mate. And I gotta hide from them bees, man. Them bees are gonna get me.
Shugs, tell the people what's going on with the bees, man.
Wow, yeah, do you know what? I've been able to hear them in the night, just like buzzing around. I'm thinking, where are those fucking bees, man? And then I see them today going in through the vent. So I'm gonna have to get somebody in to come and get them before I get stung up in the night. Like, stand by me. I'll be like Macaulay Culkin. Just
my girl.
Yeah, rolling around on the floor. All fucking stung up.
Oh shit. Well, I'll tell you, I got a bit of an ant infestation going on up in here. They want that fried chicken. That's what's going on. They seen the bones left out in the kitchen, and they've been coming in like.
Surprised there's any fucking bones left for you, yamming them.
Come on, man. I'm not like the wild Samoans like Alpha out here with the chicken bones in my mouth. Come on. Shit. Anyway, that's enough fun and games. Let's get on with the show. As always, people, you can follow us on Twitter. It's at Sunday Segue. Segue spelled S-E-G-U-E. Please also email us. That's sundaysegue@gmail.com. Now we have replaced our message board with our Facebook site, so please make sure you reach us on Facebook, like our page, leave all messages, leave all your feedback, raw feedback on there, please. That's www.facebook.com/Sunday Segue. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please rate us on iTunes. Download us on Podomatic, Stitcher, Mixcloud, and don't forget to download that Double Twist player. Also, download the Sunday Segue app. That's apps.appmakr.com. So, right about now, we're going to go into the shout-outs as always. Now, people, we've had a lot of you guys following us recently. So, if I missed you out, you know, like I always say, sorry about your damn luck. But we're going to start right now with a shout-out to Turnbuckle Magazine, Mass Retaliation. That's Heather. That's at Heath3R_X, Liam Johnson, Matt Lockett. Make sure you look at Matt Lockett's YouTube page. It's Matt Lockett, the Matt Lockett channel. Also, let me give a shout out to Stuart McDougall, Tommy McGee, RVP 1995, Matt Tomo. Want to give a shout out to Matt Tomo, to Brad Lafrette and his wife. They just started a new podcast, 2 episodes in, so give a shout out to them. Hopefully we get you on the show soon. Want to give a shout out to Eric, Epic One, sorry, that's at Dazzy Brand. He also runs Max Wrestling Mag. That's Max Wrestling E-Mag. Make sure you check them out. Give a shout out to Robert Croster, Jeremy Levine, who else we got? Justin Clark, The Big Ray Show. Big Ray Show, make sure you check out his podcast in America. Peachy, Daniel, that's at Biker Danny 021. And that's all I got. Sorry, guys, but next week I'll make sure I get you in. All right? So, Shugs, any shout-outs?
Nah, man, I'm blessed.
You're blessed. Nick, any shout-outs?
Nope, I got none.
No shout-outs for you. Mike, any shout-outs?
Yeah, I got one.
Go for it.
I'm going to give a shout out to at James Powers 33. I'm sure head of fan relations.
Damn right, he is.
My UK blood brother. Hashtag the Royal Wolf Pack.
Oh, I like that.
And what's his show? And you can check out Ramble on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I was on there last week shooting the breeze with him. It was a good time. So check it out, guys.
Nice. Also want to give a shout out to our homegirl, Sierra. She started a new podcast called Fangirls Cast. And also she's now writing for Ring Bells and Ring Sirens magazine. So make sure you check her out. Obviously she's our sister from another mister from across the pond. So make sure you go check it out. All right, so people, right about now, you know what time it is when we have a debut on the show. It's time for the Fandango impressions. I know Shugs has got his cards ready, so without further ado, Professor Mike, TNA, please can you give us your best Fandango impression?
Are you ready?
Yep.
Fandango.
Shugs.
Yeah, I'm feeling that. He got into character. It's good.
You rolled them A's. Mike, can you let the people know who your favorite current wrestler is and your favorite wrestler of all time?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with all time. That's the easiest. Stone Cold Steve Austin all the way.
Okay, and your favorite current wrestler?
Current wrestler, there's so many, but I'm gonna have to go with Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode. He's thrown in a spanner in the works. He's thrown in a TNA guy, but it's it's each to their own. Bobby Roode. Quick question: do you reckon Bobby Roode can make it in WWE?
I think he could. I think he's one of the few that actually could. He's got all the tools. He's got the mic work. He's got the ring work. He makes me interested. I'm not bored when I turn on the television and watch him. He's one of the few that don't bore me. So.
Okay, so another question: Bobby Roode with or without the curly locks?
It doesn't matter to me. Being a guy, I could care less. Just
correct answer.
I don't care.
Correct answer. All right, people. We're gonna go straight into right now Raw. We're gonna start with segment 1, which we started with the Shield in the ring. Nice promo. Looking pissed. Ambrose gets on the mic, speaks clear, looks comfortable on the mic. Shugs, in the last couple of weeks, he's looked really, really good on the mic, and it's starting to make me believe that Ambrose can become a lot better once he's on his own. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think the Shield has sort of gone through like a sort of cycle where, you had the big Roman Reigns push, and then you were sort of forgetting about the other two. And then sort of we've had like the emergence of like Rollins, and now it seems like Ambrose has lost the weight around his neck of the US title, and he seems to be coming out more as more of a character, and they're pushing more of his wrestling, which is good. So I think they're just like trying to put a bit of shine on all three of them, really. Whereas maybe they realised they were focusing too much on Reigns, and now they're just giving them all a bit.
Mike, the Shield are continuing to, take the fight to Evolution. How much of this style, though, could Daniel Bryan benefit from in terms of, just taking the fight to, obviously, Kane?
Poor Daniel Bryan, huh? I think they can benefit a lot from that. Those three, Rollins, Ambrose, and Reigns, are magnificent on what they do. And it's surprising at being at the young age that they are, WWE age.
Yeah.
But it's so early. I'm losing my train of thought.
It's okay, man. It's all good. All right, let me put it to you this way then, okay?
Yep.
So obviously Daniel Bryan now, he's looking like a bit of a pussy, all right?
Yes.
So if the writers are getting it correct with the Shield, what could be done really, like to switch it around for Daniel Bryan, just that little bit more? What can save this guy from continuing to look like a pussy?
Well, first of all, take his wife away. 'Cause that's a like a tripod pussy right there. So so that's probably strike one. Her and her bad acting. You need to get that out of there.
Oh God, tell me about it.
That's that total divas acting. That's how
right?
bad it is. It's nothing but a recycle old storyline from the Kane, Zack Ryder, John Cena, E. Torres storylines. Nothing but a recycled storyline. I agree with you, Professor Mike. You take Brie out of it and her bad total divas acting and just let it strictly be Daniel Bryan versus Kane straight up, you will have a better feud. But let's be honest too, Kane is not the right choice to be the first guy feud with Daniel Bryan post his world title win. Just Kane is not the right choice. Kane is not a credible threat to me right now.
Absolutely agree.
And look what happened. This guy just tombstone Daniel Bryan 3 times, bust his neck. It's all over.
Yep. Thanks a lot, Kane, you jackass.
Thanks a lot, Kane.
Oh God. Yes. Yeah. Let's just go back on track to the Shield. Nick. Now although I think Ambrose will be better by himself. Can we say the same for Reigns though? Will he struggle without them when they break up this year? If they do it this year?
No. Reigns will not struggle at all. The guy is made to be on his own. He's made to be a future world champion. It's just my concern is I hope WWE don't shove him down our throats so quickly when they decide to break him off from the Shield. That's my only fear. But Ambrose and Rollins, they will be fine, either as a tag team or in singles competition. I think the greatest thing about the Shield in the last year and a half, whenever they decide to blow this faction up, all three of these men will not be your typical mid-carders. All three of these men are future world champions, and they will be fine. I think WWE Creative, more importantly Triple H, has done a great job putting the guys over in the last year and a half. And then so far, they've done a great job putting them over in this feud with Evolution, because they're being very careful with them, because obviously the biggest fear is, well, Evolution going to walk over these guys, and that be the end of the Shield. So far, we have not seen that really, because whenever Evolution gets the upper hand, the Shield gets the upper hand the very next week. So I feel the feud right now is being very well managed from a storyline standpoint. The only thing is that will completely end this feud if the WWE had the balls to do a War Games.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Do they have the cojones, man? Do they have them? Well, it's just, I don't know if they do. I don't know if they're ready for that.
I don't know either.
But nevertheless, let's go on to the next segment, which was RVD versus Swagger. Mike, Uncle Zebekiah comes out.
Uncle Zebekiah.
He comes out, with the Swagster, rips into the deportation list. How can Seb be more over than Swagger? I don't get. That's when you know something's wrong, yeah. Like the manager is more over than the guy. Swagger just stands there like a dickhead, just like holding, yeah. Zeb Colton's gimmick, a flag. That's the thing. It's just you have now become the bit on the side. Am I right?
Yeah, basically, he's basically the flag bearer now. We'll just relegate him to the flag bearer. That's one step above being the eagle. Chavo Guerrero.
Oh my god! I forgot about that. What do you think of the deportation list, though? Is that a good added thing for Uncle Zeb?
I like the deportation list. It's another added dimension to his character. every single person who's on the list makes sense in a way, except Heyman, but he's crossed with Cesaro, who he hates, so he has to be on the list. So I agree with it. I like it.
Yeah. By the way, no Heyman or Cesaro on Raw, which was a bit surprising. Nick.
Yeah, it was a bit of a surprise. It was a bit of a downer. I really hope that Heyman and Cesaro will show up, but it sets up for something better for them later on, because you don't need them on Raw to keep feuding with Uncle Zebekiah and Jack Swagger, because that's over and done with. I think Heyman and Cesaro are going on to bigger and better things creatively. But I love the deportation list. I hope they come out with a T-shirt that has the names of everybody on the deportation list. I will totally buy it.
Hey, imagine if you could put your own names on the deportation
I know.
list.
Oh,
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
But there are 2 names that were left off that deportation list that I tweeted out that night, and that's my 2 non-Negroes, R-Truth and Xavier Woods. Why were they not on the deportation list? I don't understand.
Get out! Don't worry, we black folk out here. We black folk, it's all good.
Yeah,
That's right.
You're good, man. You're good.
We black folk.
That's right. I'm black. I can say that.
Shugs, Adam Rose comes out to complete silence, and again, creative fail to let us know who the fuck this guy is, and why is he here, and why who he don't like.
Yeah, I just think that, like we said last week, there seems to be this sort of gap between them running these little segments and the vignettes, and then the people appearing on Raw. Whether they need to do some like interviews with Renee, or whether they need to do like the sit downs with Michael Cole, or whether they just need to bridge this gap, because at the moment it's falling flat. You know, he's been coming for like 3 or 4 weeks, so we know who he is, we know what he does, but when they arrive, it's like we don't know. So they need to bridge the gap. They need to get this introduction or this move up from NXT into the main roster. They need, the transition needs to be better, but obviously they've tried to do it, because the Emma thing didn't work, so now they're doing little vignettes like with Bo Dallas and Adam Rose, but Adam Rose appears on Raw and still nobody cares.
The problem is as well is they're still doing production like they're doing production on NXT. That's the thing. They like, obviously we've listened to the podcast, we listened to the law, and they've said that, you know, they're giving him like 15 guys in a 15,000 seat arena, you know, does not look impressive. Like, there'll be plenty of people that would want to be extras, you know, in the WWE. You know, you could have 100, or not 100, but you could have at least 50 people backing him out there, make it look like a real party. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and you were right, Shugs. They are making him British. Come on, man, freaking party time all the time. Come on, man. Jeez, we don't sound like that.
No.
Can I throw this in real quickly too?
Yeah.
When the NXT guys, when they debut on the main roster, is this my understanding? Is JBL the freaking NXT general manager? JBL, from a commentary standpoint, doesn't do a great job putting over his own talent.
No, at all, and he should be. That's what his job should be doing. He should be letting the people know, oh yeah, this guy is from NXT. Except Michael Cole does it. You know, oh yeah, this guy is from NXT. He's meant to be amazing. He's the next big thing. Exactly. Why is Cole doing JBL's job? And then he goes, you should know this, JBL, and JBL's just like silent. It's dumb. Like, Vince McMahon should be saying in his ear, JBL, you should be, obviously he's meant to be the heel commentator, but still, you're the general manager. You meant to be saying these guys are the shit, like he does with Bo Dallas.
Exactly, and when you go back, when Paige debuted, JBL was completely silent. He acted like he didn't know nothing about Paige.
This guy is running her down. Mike, I know you feel the same.
Yeah, I certainly do. It's like, can we get the what the hell was it? The miniature commentators back? Can we get that from Extreme Rules, possibly to replace him?
Micro Cole.
Yes, Micro Cole.
And JBL.
We Smaller.
Oh my god.
It's so sad just to see that. If you're the general manager of NXT, at least make it seem like you know what you're doing. I know he doesn't know what he's doing half the time, but at least make it seem like you know what you're doing.
Like, get Dusty back. He will sell that shit.
Yes, please.
Bo Dallas, if you will.
Come on, baby. Bo Dallas is the best thing since sliced bread, baby. I'm telling you. Just believe.
Oh my
Just
god.
believe.
That's like a mix. That's like a mix.
If you will.
A mix between Dusty and Mike Tyson. I love it. Don't be a lemon, be a rosebud. Oh,
No, I'm not a sucker. I'm not a sucker like the thing around his neck.
Oh god. Okay, let's go on to the next segment. Paige.
Even though he stole the sucker thing from Joey Ryan, just to make that.
Oh, that guy is creepy. Talk about creepy Johnny. Joey Ryan is creepy as fuck, man.
Yep.
No, he's not.
You can't be around children.
Oh my god. Anyway, let's go on to the segment 3, which was Paige versus Alicia Fox. And Shugs, you know what? I found this match a bit weird because it's really good rough style, which I like, you know, obviously with the Divas, because they're all doing it now. They're all doing this rough style, which is great. But it just let Paige just happen to win. She just did her finisher, and that was it.
Yeah, but that's the way they've been booking Paige, you know? She gets fucked up every fight, but manages to win, like, you know? That's the way that she's been booked. She's not, like, out wrestling people or, you know, like you would have thought before she came up. She's just managing to win, you know?
Yeah.
And it just goes along with, like, the whole angle. Like, they're making her like she's, like, plucky champ who's somehow got the title, and now she's just managing to beat these people who are better than her, which is the total wrong way that you would have thought they would have booked her.
It's funny though, because I just the whole rough style, it's like I know for 100% that Paige has gone out there and said, just work stiff with me, please, just work stiff, because I know she's going to be working stiff with them. I mean, Alicia Fox, I'm going to come to you, Nick, because finally, after the match here, we get some divas on the show with some character. Alicia Fox, she goes 100% ghetto. Like, she goes 100% hood. She just goes in and just freaks up the whole place. Like, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Now, this is how she goes all Solange. She goes all Solange on everyone. Solange knows. She goes on like Beyonce's sister up in here, man. Jeez. Cheating JBL like he was Jay-Z.
You know, all you have to do put JBL and Alicia Fox in the elevator, and you will have a reenactment.
But it was wicked, though. I mean, you know, for real talk, it was good to see that. They should put that on most of the divas, shouldn't they? Some actual realness, some actual character, because she looked pissed.
You know what? Alicia Fox always had the character, but they never showcased her. She can wrestle in the ring. She has charisma. You know, they just never showcased it. I'm glad last Monday they really showcased it. But back to Paige real quick, I just hate the booking. They know that she's a better wrestler than their entire main roster back there. Mm-hmm. So I do believe that they're telling her on purpose to wrestle kind of stiff. We don't want you to outshine some of our current divas on the main roster. I truly believe that.
Yeah. I when I think about it now, I actually 100% agree with that. Mike, do you want to add anything to this?
Yeah. The match, the only thing I took from the match was it was okay at best. The only thing I took from it was Alicia Fox actually showing some cojones, even though she's a woman. And that intensity, you don't really see that much, but you're starting to see it a little bit more with the divas now.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about Paige is I call it the Cena syndrome, where it's like she's getting her ass kicked the whole time, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere she just gets a win.
Yeah.
That's not good. You can't catch the Cena syndrome. You don't want that.
Nah, I just want her to I just wish they made her come out just like, I just don't give a fuck. I'm the anti-diva. I'm gonna fuck you. I'm gonna take the fight to every single one of you, and I'm just gonna beat you up. Like, oh god. But
exactly.
Lo and behold, they did what they did. Just a quick side note though, Alicia Fox. Yeah, if anyone watched NXT this last week, she absolutely dealt with Alexa Bliss, and she worked stiff with this little girl. She looked like a little girl, and she actually beat her up and worked stiff. That's what I want to see. I want to see people like the divas just working super stiff like they used to back in the day, and just go all out, man. Bring some intensity back, like Mike said. All right, let's go into the next segment, which was the Daniel Bryan injury promo angle, whatever you want to call it. Shugs. So obviously Bryan comes out to tell us that his neck's fucked up. that he's going to be having surgery. He had surgery on Thursday. Did you think at any point that this was a work at first?
Yeah, because it was just, I suppose, just the delivery, the way it came across, or the way he was talking. It just didn't seem. It was just sort of like nothing really, It didn't seem like he was really upset. It didn't seem like he was like pissed off. So you couldn't tell whether he was working the angle with like Steph and like Triple H and like with Kane, or whether he was like coming across as like, this is me, Daniel Bryan, and I'm, this is not part of the storyline or whatever. It was just sort of in between.
Yeah, it just didn't seem. How long do you reckon he'll be out for? Well,
they're hoping like 6 weeks, because if it's going to be any longer, they probably know now because he's had the operation, and they said he is going to be on Raw. So, depending on how bad it was or what the feedback was, we'll find out on Monday, I guess.
Nick, I think they might strip him of the title. They might.
I agree with Shugs. Just the delivery of the whole thing was just kind of lowbrow. It didn't have that Edge feeling. When Edge came out there and they announced his retirement, it didn't have that feeling. And great job, Michael Cole, JBL, Jerry Lawler, for not selling the entire freaking segment after it was over.
Oh,
they basically just went on to the next thing like it wasn't a big deal. It's like, no, your world champion is about to have neck surgery. He could be out for an amount of time, and you didn't bother to address it. You just basically just went on to the next segment. Really? What? That's so disrespectful of your world champion. You just brush off like it's not a big deal. Exactly. I just had issues with it. And I have a feeling that they could strip him of the belt. And when you look at WWE stock prices right now, I have a feeling they may hot shot the thing back to Cena.
She's going to say something?
Yeah, I'm looking at the pay-per-view schedule now. So Payback's on 1st of June, which is still 2 or 3 weeks away. 2 weeks away. Money in the Bank then, so they don't really need Daniel Bryan. So that's 2 pay-per-views you can get away with him not being on there.
Right.
And that's the 29th of June. And then you've got Battlegrounds on the July the 20th, and that's where they proposed to have the War Games. So if I think they could get through those 3 pay-per-views without him, especially if you have the War Games at Battleground. Money in the Bank basically sells itself, and it's not about the champion. And this Payback is just a piece of shit anyway. And then if he can come back for SummerSlam, but that's August the 17th, That's 3 whole months, almost 4 months without him being on title, without the WWE title being in the ring.
And that's the problem right there. Your world champion cannot be out that long. They may have to strip him of the belt.
Yeah, really. I think they could get to Battlegrounds without him, but not SummerSlam,
Yeah.
Not 4 pay-per-views.
Oh, no, not SummerSlam. No, not 4 pay-per-views, no way. Mike, let me bring you in on this. All right. If obviously, we're saying that they might strip him. If they do strip him, what do you think should happen? Who should it go to? Should they do a tournament? What do you reckon should happen?
Well, one thing's for sure, I do not want to see a hot shot back to Cena. I have that same fear. I have nightmares about it almost every night.
Yeah.
But I would probably set up some sort of tournament. I feel like that's the only way you could do it, besides just giving it to someone that they feel is a stock riser or whatever you want to call it. So I think they should put a tournament, maybe have Cesaro in there, a couple other guys, maybe Sheamus, put him in there.
You know what? I have an idea, Professor Mike. How about you strip him of the title, and you decide the new champion, Money in the Bank. Make the Money in the Bank ladder match about the World Championship.
Oh,
you could do that too. That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, you could.
Like they did with the Royal Rumble back in the day when it was for the world title.
Yeah, 92.
And, 92, Ric Flair.
Woo!
Woo! The Euro was born too. Yeah.
With a tear in my eye. Oh, okay. Oh, man. All right. All right, let's go on to the next segment, which is Cena and the Usos versus the Wyatts. Nick, now I thought this match was a good match with the Usos, starting to really turn up the heat on their performances, man. In the ring, and Cena also giving them like a nice babyface rub, allowing them to kind of save him. What was your thoughts on the match?
To me, it was a good match overall. It was very fun. To me, it was fast-paced throughout. Cena and Usos worked very well together. I agree with you. Cena gave him a good babyface rub. The Wyatt family always bring it when it comes to a 6-man tag match. So you basically don't have to worry about the Wyatts. But Cena Usos was really good. Kind of happy that Cena finally got one up on the Wyatts, but it really did do nothing when you saw Bray Wyatt cut a promo at the very end of the match, basically smiling, say, "You know what? I know what I have to do to defeat you now, John Cena." And thus, we have a last man standing match at Payback.
Oh, well, see, this is what I was going to just get to next, Shugs. Any interest in this match whatsoever? Because how many freaking gimmick matches does Cena have to be in? You know what I mean? I Quit match, last man standing match, ambulance on a pole match. Like, this...
Well, it's because to actually defeat Cena, there needs to be a gimmick. You can't just defeat John Cena, There has to be something in the way to justify him.
Some way to protect him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not in these matches, though. When has he ever lost I Quit, a last man standing, an ambulance on a pole match?
Well,
he's not...
Wait, ambulance on a pole?
I just threw that in there. For good measure. Yeah, when is he...
Russo swerve.
I think he can lose this match. I can't ever see him losing an I Quit match. Cena's not going to lose an I Quit match, but
no.
Yeah, I can see him losing this because there's enough scope for shenanigans. They might just get like Rowan and Harper to just lie on top of him so he can't defeat the 10th mate.
Just put Harper's wife beater in his face.
Oh, that'll knock him out. That's enough to knock him out for a 10 count.
Even the beard, get away! Just pull it. No! A tag team of beards in his face, like all kinds of shit in there.
It's not like Nikki's smooth skin. No.
No. You know what? I have a fear that Cena might win this match. I don't know why. I just had this fear.
Here's the thing. Every Cena match, I feel like he's gonna win. So if anything is short of him winning, it's like a blessing to me. So I always go into thinking, oh, he's gonna win somehow. Somehow he's gonna win. I don't even want to even predict anything because I somehow feel like he's gonna win. And then if he loses, it's like, all right, well, cool. But it's probably not gonna happen often. So I'll just take my win here and then go off and watch him win a few more matches.
You know what, Professor Mike? There's only one man in the whole company who could beat Cena in a straight up and down regular non-gimmick match, and he's no longer with the company right now. That's CM Punk.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I seen a picture of CM Punk training with Bushwhacker Luke.
I saw him singing at the Chicago Cubs game, and talking about AJ Lee.
Yeah, I saw a picture of him proposing to AJ Lee.
Oh,
I was like, he's like, I'm getting married next month. I was like, oh, are you really? Oh, good for you.
I'm going to get married next month, come back 1 month for a good paycheck, then I'm going to leave.
Yeah, literally.
Gotta take care of the bay.
Yeah. Well, literally, I don't know why Cena would take this down. It'd just be so stupid too, but I just wish that Bray actually beats him cleanly. Just cleanly.
Yeah.
No clusterfucks, just beat him, just cleanly. Alright, so next, I'm not even going to mention Nikki versus Natty because that was just a whole Total Divas piece of bullshit. So even though I watched Total Divas, there's no need for it to bring it onto Raw. Alright, we've done this.
Yeah.
So let's go on to segment 6, which was Sheamus versus Axel and Ryback, whatever.
Alright, Axel.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Axel
back. I like to call them Axel back. Mike, it seems like WWE are kind of just like holding back on turning Sheamus heel. Do you think these confused writers are kind of stumbling on character direction, more than storylines?
Yeah, I do. And you know what? That's what happens when half of them are probably like Hollywood writers and not wrestling writers. And that's what happens. You get what you pay for. You know what I mean? And if you're going to go in a direction with a character, If you're already on TV with that character and you're already going a certain way, continue that way. Don't stop, make yourself look like a fool, and then go back and try to change it. Or, go back and change it. Because look at the Shield. They were heading for a breakup. And then all of a sudden, they were like, oh, wait a minute. All focus is on Roman Reigns, and then they just started changing everything.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but it just shows that they don't know what they're doing. Sometimes they're rewriting Raw like 30 minutes before the show starts.
And that's Vince McMahon. That's Vince.
Yeah, that's Vince.
Like, they need to take him away from that shit, man. Like, literally, just give it to someone, dude. Like, just someone else. Like, stop putting your oar in, because when you do that, it literally disrupts everything, like you just said. Shugs has said plenty of times, it's like they forget that, for instance, they're coming to England, So they're going to turn Sheamus heel, and they think, oh shit, we're coming to England. We can't turn him heel. Fucking, let's just put the US title on him. Like, oh god, it's similar to the Miz. The Miz got Christmas Bounty coming out. Shit, let's just change him back to heel. To face. Like,
right.
He just beat the crap out of Kofi Kingston, but let's forget it and say he's a good guy. He just has some anger issues. Let's just say that.
He's just frustrated.
Oh my god, bloody Kofi Kingston's from Jamaica. Wait a minute, what's happened to your Jamaican accent?
Ja, man, I forgot the track in Jamaica under the palm trees.
Did you see
I'm
that,
so sorry.
Booker T was doing like a Jamaican accent on, they said, what did I listen to? And they said he was doing it on the pre-show.
Yeah, oh my god.
They were like, oh Kofi Kingston, man. And they were like, oh no, he's from Ghana. And then he was like, oh yeah. And he tried to do like a Ghana accent, and it was just exactly the same.
Hey Suggs, did you listen to Booker T's accent when he was with TNA doing that Kane Booker-like gimmick?
Oh my god. With the African accent.
Yeah, the African accent, yeah.
Oh my god.
It reminded me of Coming to America with Eddie Murphy.
Yes, it does.
I just loved when he was in WWE and he was doing, because I am the king of the world. I love that. King Booker. Oh god.
King Booker.
Shigs, obviously this was a filler match, the Sheamus Rybacks or whatever. But why do you think that they went with Sheamus like burial services instead of like protecting at least Ryback?
Well, I don't think they've been worried about protecting Ryback for like a long while now. So I
but they've been pushing Ryback all day.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. That means, or that thought process would make you think that they actually go in somewhere with any of their angles, but just week to week booking. There's no long term booking. So who are the main people in line to challenge the Usos? Nobody. That Wade Barrett has won the Intercontinental title. Who is his main feud with, or who is he looking to build with? Nobody. Cesaro, is he feuding with Jack Swagger? No, he's fucking fighting everyone. All these places you look at, there's no real booking.
Exactly.
Right.
They're all over the place. They're all over the place. They don't know what they're doing.
I think they've got that Raw bingo machine, and they just roll it, and then that's it. Apart from Rusev, he can only fight black guys.
Yeah.
Listen, oh my god. You know what?
I think he's racist.
No,
racist.
No, let's just cut that down.
I think it's a good job that Nick or Kinny don't go to Raw, because you might end up getting fucked up by Rusev.
Listen,
be careful, guys.
You know what? We will get to that later. Don't worry, I got you, Nick. I got you. We're gonna get to that later, right? Let's just go.
Because when you're lying on the floor, then you might get a little up look at Lana's skirt. So.
Oh my god. In the words of Vicky Earls, Jesus. All right, let's go to the next segment. Ziggler versus Fandango. Mike, what do you think of this match? What do you think of the match, man?
I didn't mind it. It was actually surprised me a little bit. I know they both can go, but the way they've been booked. We're going back to the booking thing here. They don't seem booked as serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like Ziggler gives a crap, Fandango gives a crap, but it seems like the people higher up don't give a crap, so they just let them do whatever. But the match was actually pretty interesting, and the fact that Fandango lost and didn't get pissed off at Layla was a little bit surprising to me, because I was like, oh, here we go again. Now what is he gonna do? Is he gonna beat her on national television, or is he gonna break up with her via phone call when he's standing right next to her, like 2 feet away?
Well, I mean, Fandango though, he looked like he's improved in the ring though.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He looked real good. His moves looked clean. He did just everything, and he worked so well with Ziggler. I was impressed with that.
Clean and crisp. I enjoyed it too. I remember when he debuted and when he was starting up with Chris Jericho. I was like, oh, a dancing character, I don't know, but I've seen a little bit of him as Johnny Curtis at the time, and he was still a little green back then. But now you see how much he's worked and how hard he's worked to get to where he is. I mean, and if I had a dancing gimmick, man, I don't even know if I would want to try. I would probably just take my ball and go home. It's like, no thanks.
You see this thing, like, when he comes out, it just makes me laugh. And, like, you see Layla comes out, she's doing a little dance thing, and then Fandango just comes out, and he's just humping. Like,
yeah, that's all he's doing.
He's
Is
just humping.
It's like, pregnant, you're pregnant.
Like Ric Flair when he used to, oh my god, that brilliant promo with Ric Flair and JD4, and he goes, watch this, bounces on the ropes, right in your face right there, take that, Nick.
It's dust though by this time, so.
Nick, it looks like, they're starting an angle with Summer Rae, but won't that mean that she turns babyface?
She's not going to be a good babyface. I'm sorry. She's better as a heel diva. I quite frankly don't care about this feud. I really don't. I have no comment.
Man, bring up Sasha Banks and bring the BFFs, man. Bring them up.
You know what? That'd be a great gimmick, but according to rumors, Sasha Banks is not really interested in coming to the main roster.
Well, she sees what's going on. She sees the crap that's being put out, and she's like, I ain't letting them ruin me.
Yeah.
She's content on being a trainer down there. She likes it down there. She doesn't want to really get called up.
Sasha Banks, she's like, I'm Snoop Dogg's cousin. They don't do that shit to me. They don't do that shit to me. My name's Mercedes, goddammit. They don't do that shit to me. I mean, I want to quickly mention Sleazy Johnny though, man. Like, Sleazy Johnny gets to kiss all the chicks, man. This guy, like, he just kissed Summer Rae. This guy is locking with Layla, He's going on crazy. Sleazy Johnny, that's why he's getting better in the ring, because he spends all his time in the performance center with all them NXT divas. That's what he's doing.
Don't we wish we all could do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you have to admit, Fandango is a great talent. They just dropped the ball with him a year ago.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. All right, Shugs, how's your chicken?
Yeah, it's looking good, man. It's looking good.
Wicked. Right. My chicken ain't in yet, but I'll get to that. Let's go to the next segment. Hacksaw, Rusev, Big E. Shugs, so Hacksaw comes out, right? Talks some shit. Then Rusev comes out. Crush, all right? Crush, Steiner says, leads to Big E coming out to make the save. Shugs, play my music. Play my music. Right. Point one. Big E's coming to make the save. He gets a big-ass kick to his dome, all right? That's not making a save. That's getting your ass kicked in your fucking head. That's what that is, okay? Point number two. What is this? Amistad? What the hell's going on? What is this? Is this like Django? Is this like Django Unchained? Just, why are all the blackheads getting their ass kicked?
Oh, don't get me started.
Why are all the blackheads getting their dome kicked in? Like, listen, Archer's pushback is pushback enough, all right? They already got Xavier Woods coming out here with this picky up peppercorn afro, yeah, looking like Django, And then now they're bringing Biggie coming out, right, wearing the Lion of Judah. You need to stop that shit. You're making Biggie wear the Lion of Judah and getting his ass kicked with the Lion of Judah on his chest. Nah, I don't like that. As a Rasta, I don't like that shit. All right, I don't like that shit. I don't like it. And then you're letting Kofi's dreads get knocked the fuck out. Nah, come on now, man. Come on. Nick, man, what they do to our brothers? Come on, man.
I don't know what they're doing to our brothers. Rusev is the Negro Killer. That's his nickname now. He's the Negro Killer. Any Negro that comes to that curtain, Rusev must crush. You know, I just don't get it. Our truth is Xavier Woods already lost their Negro card. Kofi lost his a long time ago. I don't know what happened with that.
Lost it
now,
in 2009.
Now, Biggie Langston, who I want to say he's part Negro, I'm trying not to take his Negro card away from him, gets kicked in his freaking face trying to make a so-called save. I don't know what's going on with that. The only brother that I can rely on is Titus O'Neil. I mean, you gotta respect the brother who can walk around blowing a whistle.
Don't forget Pancake. Don't forget Pancake Patterson, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that too. I really don't know what's going on with the brothers. They don't know what to do with these Negroes. The writers they sit backstage, they look at the black folks, and they say to themselves, "Man, what are we gonna do with you guys?" Oh, I got an idea. Let's get your butts kicked by a Russian. Hey, that's a gimmick.
And he's not even Russian. He's from fucking Bulgaria. Don't you know where the hell these two different countries? They're two different countries.
No, man. You know what happened? You know, Vince McMahon forgot to go buy a globe. He's been he needs to go buy a globe because, or I need to help teach him something. I don't know, because the thoughts that was going through my mind when Biggie was running down, I was like, oh, we're gonna get a save, and then as soon as he got kicked in the face, I was like, oh, well, so much for that save. Yeah, okay.
Hire me as a writer. I would say, Vince, let me just take all the black guys and put them in a line. Okay? Let me be the writer for just the Negro athletes.
Please.
Now, I guarantee you, we will have a new nation of domination in that freaking locker room. Okay? Kofi could be Farouk. You know, it will work. And Biggie could be the muscle. I mean, they're young. Yes, you're a little bit fruity, but you could join us too. Come on.
He could become Mustafa.
Exactly.
There you go.
Listen,
There you go.
when you go in there, you need to sort out Angelo Dawkins. I don't know what this guy is doing in NXT, trying to look like. I don't even know what he's trying to look like. What's going on? Backpack, check shirt, headphones.
He's a hipster. We'll just go with that.
Yeah.
We'll brand him as a hipster. We'll just leave it at that.
Shugs.
We did the work for you, WWE. There you go.
Yo, Shugs, do a Conan and speak on this.
What is there to say? You know? Well, no, if Mark Henry is in the next feud, we know there's something's going on. We know that something is wrong.
Exactly. I'm surprised Mark Henry hasn't got his butt kicked yet, but he's next. We'll probably see on Raw this Monday.
Roman Reigns, save us, even though you're partial, but save us.
Yeah,
Come on.
No, they need Ezekiel Jackson back.
No.
Oh, no way, please. That's
Yes.
working No.
Yeah.
The
Bring
last
back Ezekiel
ECW
Jackson.
champion. The last ECW champion now. He was last for a reason. Alright, enough of that. Let's go on to segment 9, which was Cody versus Sandow. And, Shugs, you know, when I first heard about this Sandow pipe bomb, you know, I thought, is this a work or not? Did you think it was a work straight away?
Well, yeah, I suppose if it's anything good to do with Damon Sandow, you know there's going to be something wrong with it because they just keep fucking him over, like, you know? They'd rather force feed us fucking bullshit than actually somebody who's got good mic skills or who's got a bit of charisma than let them shine. They'd rather just force some bullshit down their throat.
Exactly.
Why? I don't get it. Why a worked pipe bomb? That's so desperate, man.
Yeah.
That just reeks of desperateness.
It's like what they did with The Miz. Remember they had The Miz walking out and then he was like, you know, when I'm not getting on TV and Ziggler was doing it and then they were just like, oh no, that didn't work. We won't do that again. We'll forget it ever happened.
Yeah. And that's the problem. Like, Like I said, you can't do that. If you're gonna go in a certain direction, you stay in that direction. Don't backtrack like a couple of buffoons. You know, it's like a 3-year-old could write it better. You know, they'll have more conviction to stay with one thing. It's just I don't know.
It's too much.
It's really too much. It's like if I get it, how come you don't? It's not that hard. I'm not getting paid like you are. I get it.
You know what? They were going with the angle having the Miz, who else? The Miz, Dolph Ziggler, and Damian Sandow basically come together sort of like a group, almost like the Squirrel employees. That was the whole purpose of them coming out with the whole Python gimmick. But like you said, they completely backtrack on it. I was like, why you're backtracking? This is actually a good idea.
Yeah, but you know what that is, Nick? You know what that is, though? That's exactly the same as how the Job Squad got together. I
was just going to say that.
They were
just going to say it.
Yeah, they were unhappy about where they were, and they decided to get together. And kind of like the union, but anyway. Mike, Cody gets the win, you know, embraces his brother. Is this just a swerve? Is this just a swerve, or do you think they've actually, you know, stopped the breakup stuff?
Well, at this point, I have no idea what the creative's going to do. They're going to do what they're going to do. But I think that eventually Cody's going to turn on his brother. Because I don't think Goldust saw him rake Sandow's eyes. Maybe afterwards when they showed the replay, and he looked like he was okay with it. But he was probably like, well, he tried to get a win. He was on a losing streak, so he tried to get off the schneid, so to speak. So I'll let it go. But I think he's going to turn heel eventually. I like that they're building it slowly and not breaking them up right away because they do need tag teams.
Yeah.
You don't want them to be another primetime players where you got Titus O'Neil spouting off at the mouth and doing nothing, and then Darren Young showing up at some event for gay people or something. I don't know what he's doing now. I have no idea.
Oh, he's injured, man. He's like got a torn ACL or something. He's out.
Oh,
That's
jeez.
it. He's
Wow.
out. That's a whole
That's
year
why.
out, bro. Yeah.
Nice going, Titus O'Neil.
All right, let's go on to the last segment, main event time. Roman Reigns versus Batista. Earlier on in the night, we had a couple the Shield and Evolution had a couple run-ins with Batista saying, "No, I've had enough. Roman Reigns, you're the big dog. I want to face you, man. I want to face you," while he's wearing like tighty whities. Like, come off with that shit, man.
We had enough of him too. Why didn't he get the point and leave?
That's what I'm saying. But nevertheless, we get Roman Reigns versus Batista. Nick, before the shit can even hit the fan, you know, the match don't even get started properly. All hell breaks loose. Seth sending out all the jobbers. Like I said before, millions of jobbers. But what did you think, though? What do you think the payoff to this feud will actually be? When will we get this payoff?
I think the payoff will be Evolution will get elevated, and this is basically just for the jobbers to do something. To me, it sort of weakens Evolution a little bit.
Yeah.
Because the Evolution I remember didn't have a bunch of jobbers doing their work for them. The Evolution I remember just went to the ring, basically kicked the crap out of you. You know, I don't know. I don't know what the payoff's going to be overall. I don't know where this is going. We saw this replay like 2 or 3 weeks ago with all the mid-carders coming out there beating the crap out of the Shield. But what I really like about this is Shield stood tall in the middle of the ring. It basically told Evolution, we're not backing down from you.
No. Well, Shugs, let's just go back to the jobbers again, because they come out and they get their ass handed to. Who the hell took a Deadly Deeds on the chair?
Yeah.
Took a Deadly Deeds on the chair, and someone took a curb stomp on the chair. Who did that? Lights out.
Well, it's just like, if you know you're getting sent out for that, you know that you're really at the bottom of the pile, because they have absolutely nothing for you at all. You know, you're just going out to get fucked up, and that's it. You know, it's just like when they send you, you have that little sad face, or you know.
Yeah. Like, oh, not again. I thought I was gonna go for a U.S. title push, even though that doesn't really mean anything anymore.
When I was watching it, I just wish that they piped in like the $1 Million Man's laugh at the point where their head hit the chair. Because it just, when I saw the Deadly Deeds, I was like, okay, they're not fucking around. As soon as I saw the setup for the curb stomp, I'm like, no, please, no, stop it now, stop it. Like, and then the head connecting, I'm like, No, that's it. This is cold. It's cold.
Yeah.
It's like
It's like
Ricardo Rodriguez getting fucked up by Del Rio for like 4 weeks in a row again. Like, just oh god.
Don't be a bully, be a star. Remember that.
Yeah. Mike, do you want to add anything else?
Yeah, I wanted to point out the Shield through the whole entire show looked pretty strong in this actual episode. You know, starting out from in the ring and then actually attacking Evolution when they got out of their limo. And then attack Seth Rollins coming after the knees and Triple H in the second one, and then the final one where they just came back and just like, I will not be beat up by jobbers, and just grabbed a chair and just started beating the shit out of all of them.
Exactly.
They looked strong throughout the whole show, and I was actually glad. But what they're forgetting, it's like, well, we have something to prove. It's like, no, you don't. You wanted Extreme Rules.
That's what I'm saying. That's weird. Like, why are you calling them out? Obviously,
Yeah.
you got fucked up one time, but blood, you beat them.
Yeah, you won. There's nothing else to prove anymore. Evolution's the one that should be whining like a bitch. They're the ones that are saying, no, they got lucky.
Yeah.
They got
Right.
Oh, good. All right then, people. That's the end of Raw. So we're gonna go to our Raw ratings now. Shugs.
6.
6 out of 10. Nick.
6.5 out of 10.
Mike.
5.5 out of 10.
5.5. Okay. All right. We're gonna go to our Raw feedback. I'm just gonna start with Joshua Smith. Sent us an email. He was on the show last week. So he says the first segment showed the great microphone skills of the Shield. Enjoyed the threat to Evolution. Not sure why we are getting Swagger versus RVD again. Loved Alicia Fox losing her mind and going ape shit. But again, WWE make their champion look weak. The Usos versus Wyatts just wasn't for me. Hated BS Total Divas angle match. Gotta love the coin flip and the Garden Gnome look for Ryback. So I marked when Duggan came out and loved the angle. Nice to see the Shield standing tall at the end. He didn't give a rating. Shugs?
I don't even know where these comments are. You'll have
They're
to read
in,
them. I can't read them.
Bruv, I'm not reading all of these, man.
Where
Come
are
on.
they?
They're on the page on the right-hand side of the page. It says, give us your thoughts on this week's Raw here. And then they're dropped down. It's a drop down.
This is some long thing.
I'll read out Michael's.
Who
That's
did
the
you
first
read?
one, all
Who
right?
did you read out? Michael Cook.
No, I just read out Joshua Smith. He sent an email in.
Alright, so I got your name, Michael Cook.
All right.
Fuck Facebook, man.
Yeah, right?
This week's Raw was a little better than last week. Good promo by the Shield and brawl against Evolution. Adam Rose was better than debut. This was again ruined by JBL and Cole. JBL asked, where did these guys come from? JBL's a terrible announcer, and I'm glad Alicia Fox got stole his stupid hat. Alicia Fox looked really strong here, and after the match she went crazy. I like this attitude, and I hope it's the start of a feud with Paige. However, Paige needs to look better than this. She gets beat down too much. Daniel Bryan got a neck injury when Kane tombstoned him on the steps, floor, and table. He was then cleared to wrestle Extreme Rules, so this doctor needs to be struck off for missing the neck injury. Last week they teased Sheamus heel turn, but now it's the same old bullshit, boring Sheamus. Cena vs Wyatt in the last man standing match of Payback. I don't like the way this is going. All Cena feuds end in the last man standing match, and he always wins. An okay main event. Shield got the upper hand this week, and looks like this will main event the pay-per-view. No stupid backstage segments, but boring matches. Show like this, 4.5 out of 10.
All right, message from Master the Top Rope Elbow, Steve Dawson, who literally wrote an essay. Decent Shield promo to start. Love the backstage brawl as well. Should be another strong match of Payback. So they're billing Adam Rose from England. They do realize Raw is in England next week, right? Got a feeling the crowd will turn on him next week. We don't like imposters here. Alicia is underrated. Want to see her featured more. Good to see the Divas getting mic time, and I liked her post-match tantrum. Divas getting character development. Whatever next. Unbelievable luck Bryan is having. Such a shame he's having more time off TV. I'd be tempted to take the belt off him and build up again. The chase is usually more entertaining than the title reign with Bryan. Usos Cena versus Wyatts. The match was fun. I'd have Harper and Rowan feud with the Usos after Cena Bray feud is done. When Evolution arrived, Orton was in a suit. He did an in-ring promo in a t-shirt and trunks. What does this man have against wearing pants? highlight of Nikki versus Natty was the Fool and Cameron standing next to each other and holding up 6 and 9 scores. That's not PG, ladies. Sheamus Ryback was a decent big man match. I thought Bree was trying to cover Michael Jackson when Bryan was getting stretchered out. Are you okay, Daniel? Daniel, are you okay? Daniel, are you okay? Kane is a real smooth criminal. I love that there seems to be a mid-card storyline happening. Interested to see if anything happens with Fandango and Layla. I care less about Dolph Ziggler each week. Axel, Rusev, who gives a shit? Big E is going to be hurt more by jobbing to Rusev. He's only lost the IC title. Reigns versus Drax the Destroyer. Reigns versus Drax the Destroyer. Meh. I'm starting to worry about how good few one-on-one matches Reigns has had. No doubt a big talent with a big future, but does he need Rollins and Ambrose more than they need him? Post-match jobber beatdown was fun. Very mixed bag of this week, but Raw 5.5 out of 10.
Okay, Billy Johnson. All in all, is another mixed bag from WWE. Some good stuff, some still some silly creative stuff. Up first was a brilliant Shield promo. They came across as such badasses who have Evolution's number. Then Evolution arrived, and Shield went after the most dominant faction in pro wrestling history, and a fight broke out. Brilliant way to start the show. Zeg and Swagger have talked about a safe African being from England, and out came Adam Rose. The hijinks began, and Swagger's career, already in the toilet, was flushed away when he and Zeb were left and made to look fools. Really enjoyed Alicia Fox versus Paige. Hard-hitting stuff. It was one of the Divas better items of the year, although it did make Paige look good as she took too much a beating for my liking. Now the part of the show which I'm dubbing How Not to Book a WWE Champion. If the neck injury was legit, which I'm dealing isn't, then WWE would have to take Bryan off TV and strip the belt. Acting was piss poor from Steph and Bree. D-Bray may have some truth to it because this is not how to book a world champion. Sheamus destroyed Ryback on another worthless match. The Cena Wyatt feud is boring. Want it to be over already. That's why I've stopped paying attention to the storyline. 4 out of 10 for the show, in my opinion. Thing needs to get better for next week.
Okay, and finally, we have the head of fan relations, James Powers. While Raw was another up and down show this week, WWE did a great job of making the Shield look strong heading into the pay-per-view, but some of the other card was slow again, with a lot of boring, easy-to-call segments, and Rusev continuing to seem dry, but Lana looked awesome as usual. The Bryan segment was an unexpected and kind of shocking, as no one expected to hear what he said. If this is just legitimate injury, why was Bryan taking knocks when Kane dragged him out on the stage? I guess we will see, but will the WWE strip him of the title this Monday? 5 out of 10. All right, that's all of the feedback we have. I'm going to go to a break now. I need to take a sip of Red Stripe. No, I'm joking. I need to take a sip of water because it's hot up in here. But yeah, we're going to be back with Smackdown in 60 seconds, Sugs Stunners, the Smart Talk report, and also we have a very special interview with the British female sensation, Jezabeth. I have an interview with her. I interviewed her yesterday, and then in the words of. So don't you miss it. Fuck, it's hot in here. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Be sure to listen to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
What?
Every Sunday with Kinny Killa and the Gal Dem Sugar Sugs.
Yes! Yes!
With all the news, views, and laughter that you want.
They like jet airplanes. Woo! They like long limousines.
Every Sunday, the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast on Podomatic, iTunes, and YouTube.
So why don't you choke on that, slap nut?
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. It is me, Kinny Killa, and I'm here with the Gal Dem Sugar Shugs, Nick Magee, and Professor Mike. So, right about now, we're going to go into Smackdown in 60 seconds, so roll with it, Shugs.
Okay, so Usos against the Rhodes. They talk about Cody breaking his losing streak with a win against Sandow. Get a big splash by Jimmy on Cody for the win, who walks off again without Goldust. Cena comes out, wishes Bryan well, then turns into joke mode and sings "He's Got No Pearls in His Pants" and makes an open challenge to any member of the Wyatt family. Get a Bray promo thanking Cena for helping him find the cure to his plague. Then we get El Torito against Heath Slater. Slater apparently challenged Torito on Twitter. Torito wins with a moonsault. Nikki Bella versus Natalya. You get the Fool as a ref, but no one cares. Ziggler promo. He shoots on Batista backstage with Renee. Then Ziggler against Batista. Batista hits a low blow on Ziggler and then beats him down on the outside. Sheamus against Titus. Titus is on the mic talking about how the US title holder is not from the US and then gets a bro kick and loses. Adam Rose, Byron Saxton is outside the Exotic Express, and then Rose calls Zebby and Jackie lemons and asks Saxton if he's a lemon or a rosebud. Then you get Santino versus Sandow, quick win with a Cobra, and Sandow gets on the mic after and he gets turned off. Cesaro versus Truth, which is just a squash match, and then Cena versus Eric Rowan, and the Usos are down to help Cena, and surprisingly Cena wins. Fade to black.
Fade to black. All right, people, you know what time it is. It's time for Sugs Stunners.
Wow. Jobber of the week. I'm going to give it to Sandow, because even though he's getting some storylines, he's still getting squashed. Move of the week. Either one of the finishing moves by the Shield onto the chair. So we'll probably go with the curb stomp onto the chair, because it just looks so horrible. And rest of the week, I'll give it to the Shield as rest of the week. They can have it, all three of them, and take it home.
Okay, there you go, the Shield. The group, the Shield, take it down. Okay, people, it's now, once again, that time. You only get it once a month. It is time for the Smart Talk Report with Nick Magee.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Smart Talk Report. I am Nick Magee, and here's what I got for you on today. Dave Batista complained about a week ago that the WWE has broken a lot of the promises that they guaranteed him upon his return to the WWE. Dave Batista has not begun the push that he deserves, and also he's been complaining about the lack of pay that was promised to him when it came to financial figures. I'm sorry, Dave, those are called deductibles from all the hookers that you've been buying over the last several weeks. On to other news. WWE referees are complaining that they're not getting enough pay at the live event show. I'm sorry, referees. We have to pay for the new referee coming in. His name is Drake Younger.
Oh, my
He's
God.
I'm sorry. That pay went towards him because guess what? He can actually wrestle. Also, in other news, CM Punk announced that he was getting married this coming June to AJ Lee. I guess Punk also announced in the same breath that he had to go on his world tour to make sure he banged every female before he gives his penis to AJ for life. And she does have the jar wait for him, and on that jar there is no expiration date.
Oh, my God.
And also, in other news, Jeff Jarrett put on a seminar for his Global Force Wrestling promotion this past weekend. Jeff Jarrett said they're looking for younger talent, and also say they're looking for a younger, cheaper talent, taking notes from TNA. So I guess in Global Force Wrestling, they're going to start their own food stamp service for their young wrestlers. Because obviously the pay will not be enough. Oh, I'm sorry. The pay went towards those crappy T-shirts that says "Believe in the Force." And ladies, and one more thing, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you a quick Negro status report. According to my rules, R-Truth and Xavier Woods attempt to apply for Negro status when they took on Alexander Roslev back at Extreme Rules, but unfortunately their status was denied once again after they got their heads kicked in a matter of seconds. Big E Langston applied for full status because as of right now he is part Negro, but after last Monday for the attempt to save, he got his head kicked in. So his status is still half and half. Applying for new status for Negro is Paige. Yes, Paige. Yes, she's British, she's beautiful, she's hot, she's very pale. She doesn't get enough tan, which is okay. But in the black community, we will
Oh, God. Smart Talk Report. There you go. All right, then, people. It's now time for my interview with British female sensation, Jezabeth. Hello everyone and welcome to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. It's your boy Kinny Killa, and today I have the pleasure of interviewing the British female wrestler, independent wrestler, whatever you want to call it. She is one of the best right now out there. I'm talking about Jezabeth the wrestler. How are you doing, Jezabeth?
I'm good, how are you?
I am good, thank you very much. First off, I would like to thank you for giving us the opportunity to interview you.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
I just want to kick off with what was your very earliest wrestling memory?
My very earliest wrestling memory was watching Trish Stratus on my screen when I was 9 years old, and just being like starstruck right then, just like whoa, and I just like stared at the TV for ages. I've never seen something like it before, and I wouldn't turn it off.
So when did you actually start watching wrestling?
When I was 9 years old, I was looking through the channels, and then I saw Trish Stratus and Christy Hemme in the ring, and then Trish was writing slut on Christy's back, so I was just watching that.
What year was that?
Oh, pardon?
What year was that?
I think it was 2005. I'm not sure.
Jeez.
I think it was.
Makes me feel old.
Oh.
And I'm only 28. It makes me feel
That's not old.
Oh god. So, what made you decide to get into wrestling then? Was it, obviously Trish Stratus? Was it obviously seeing the allure that the Attitude Divas had?
Yeah, I just think it was so like surreal and out of this world, and I wanted to do something which they did as well. So I thought I could do something they do, and I'd love to do something they do because it's different and unique from a day-to-day job like I don't know, just a random day-to-day job. Like wrestling is really different from a day-to-day job, so I thought I'd love to do that.
So, growing up, you're 9, you've seen Trish Stratus, and then the time goes on, you reach secondary school. At what age did you actually think, you know what, I'm gonna make a go of this?
It was in 2009 I started training, so I would have been 14.
Wow.
So, yeah, I started when I was 14. And then I had my first match on the 24th of April in 2010 when I was 15.
Wow. And who trained you?
Well, I originally started training with Dropkicks Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved to Future Force Wrestling, which is under Charlie Rage and Tom Chamberlain. And they're amazing.
And where are they? Where were they based?
Harlow. It was in Harlow.
Harlow, okay.
Yeah.
How did you come up with the name Jezabeth?
Well, it was for my friend. He said to look up demon names. So I started looking up demon names on Google and found the name Jezabeth, like with an E in it instead of an A. And that was a demon of falsehood and lies. So I thought I'd take that one, but change a few of the letters. So it'll be my original.
Okay, yeah, make it a bit
and
unique.
Now I base everything I do on a lion and how lions move, how they kill, how they eat, and stuff like that. So my character is influenced by lions.
Wow, okay, yeah, because that gimmick is pretty strong. I mean, it's pretty easy to see that, once you hear that scream, there's no messing about before you get into the ring. So yeah, you made your debut in 2010, and yeah, you said you were 15. What did that feel like? Because 15 is quite, it's quite young, and to have a debut at that young age, it must have been so surreal.
Yeah, it was. I remember being backstage with the girl who I was working against. We just couldn't talk to each other because we was like really, 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 really nervous. It was so like scary but so exciting at the same time. We was just really nervous. Our adrenaline was like kicking in, and then as soon as we went out into the in front of the crowd, we was like whoa and stuff, and it was just one of the best experiences ever. It was so amazing, and ever since I've never stopped loving wrestling. It's grown every day.
Oh, that's amazing. So how old are you now? Oh, you should be about 19, 20?
Yeah, I'm 19 now.
19, wow, 19. And you've made your American debut, haven't you?
Yeah, I wrestled in Los Angeles on the 25th of August 2013 against Mariah Moreno. She was formerly known as Amanda, the Bloodthirsty Vixen.
Wow. So you made your debut last year in America. You must have been like 18. And you've wrestled for Lucha Pro as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I did. I wrestled for them against Mariah Moreno, and that was amazing. It was so nice getting to go over there and do something I love, and with people who love it as well. And it was so lovely making friends and wrestling in front of a Los Angeles crowd. That meant so much to me doing that.
That must have been amazing. I mean, I could only imagine for you, wanting to do something like this, and then it becoming real, and then going to America, you must have think, wow, the luck is in for me right now. I can really make a go of this. Once you're in America, you must feel that.
Yeah, well, we was over there for a holiday, and then I made some contacts, and they said, "Oh, come and do a show with us," and I was like, "Oh, wow, thank you." I was like, "Oh," just like time on the plane, because I was we flew out on the 24th of April, no, 24th of August, and I had the show the next day, and I thought I'd be suffering from jet lag, but I didn't, and I was just like, oh, I'm gonna do this, woo!
Okay, well, let's head back over here in the UK. Let's talk about Bellatrix and how you got into that.
Oh, well, that was so amazing. I got a message one day, and I just stared at the screen, and then I started shouting because I was really, really excited. And then being at Bellatrix is such an amazing atmosphere, and the family who run it, the Knights, they're perfect. They're perfection personified. They're fantastic, and I was so grateful to be given the opportunity to do something with them. It was such an amazing experience working with all the ladies in the Royal Rumble as well. It's a shame I didn't win, but Destiny eliminated me, so I'd like to get a go at Destiny again. Destiny's great, so I'd love to get a go with her again.
That's so unique, 30 women Royal Rumble on the Bellatrix card. That must have been so amazing. And like you said, it's, Bellatrix is run by the Knight family, Sweet Saraya. What is she like?
She's fantastic. She's the best. You couldn't put it into words. She's absolutely amazing, brilliant. Every good word you can put against her. She's brilliant. She's fantastic.
And obviously, for those of you that don't know, Sweet Saraya is the mother of Paige in WWE. Obviously, she's doing her thing in the WWE Divas Champion at the moment. Is that something you aspire to?
I'd love to have that one day, and it's so fantastic that she's the Divas Champion. She really deserves it. She's fantastic. She really is. She's amazing. I love how she looks. I love how she moves. I love her wrestling. I love everything about Paige. She's one of my inspirations as well.
Well, let's look at your gimmick. I think that your gimmick could definitely get over, in somewhere like, the WWE or TNA. Have you had any thoughts or desires to wrestle in Japan or, go for a tryout with WWE or TNA?
Maybe in the future I'd love to. I'd love to work in Japan sometime along the line as well, but I'd like to learn more stuff around the UK and meet loads more people before I take that big step, which it will be a huge step, I guess.
Yeah.
Learn some more and get to work more around the UK. I'd love to go out to Scotland as well and wrestle up there.
That's such a grounded and mature response. I mean, obviously in this business, you have to be like that to make sure that your feet stay on the ground and you don't get carried away. I mean, you look at guys like Daniel Bryan, and they've gone, and Cesaro, they've gone all around the world, applied their trade, and look where they are now. So no doubt in my mind that if you do the same thing, you could make your way up there. You've already started. You've made your debut in America, so only way is up. Do you think it's easier now for British women to, make it in this business now more than ever?
I'd say if they know what they want and if they know who they are, then they can do what they want to do. Because I'm so I have an obsession with lions, and everything I see lions do, I incorporate straight away. So I feel I have a strong gimmick which is different, and lions obviously describe themselves as territorial, dominant, and they're basically the king of the jungle. So I'd love to have that effect come off to people who I perform in front of. So if other women have their characters want it to perform, then they can, and they can just be the best. There's a lady who I specifically idolise, Scarlett. She's she was the WWE Women's Champion, and she's like a wrestling mum to me. She's fantastic.
Oh wow. So obviously, being a female wrestler, the plans to have, maybe a family in the future. Does wrestling kind of stop that ambition?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I mean, I'd love to have a partner who is in the wrestling business, I guess, because then we'd both love it.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. I'd obviously say if I did have kids, I'd like for them to love wrestling as well, so it would continue and stuff. But I haven't really thought about that much yet.
Well, you're only 19, so yeah. I mean, I just wanted to know in terms of, obviously, women wrestlers, a lot of them probably don't start having children until, after their career. So it'd just be interesting to see what it would be like for someone to have one during their career, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But let's get off that topic and let's get onto more of the WWE and the product at the moment. What's your take on the products that they're giving out at the moment?
I think it's going good. I've always loved WWE and what they do, so I just love how they bring everything to maximise everything and bring everything to life and everything. I think it's fantastic, the product at the moment.
And I suppose you would jump at a chance to maybe be an extra or something, or when obviously they're over here now, they're doing their European tour. If the call did come, you would jump at the chance, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Probably. I'd like to help set up the ring and stuff and see how they do that and things, and like just be in the audience again, because I've been to a few shows a while back with my brother, and we watched them at the show, and it was really good being there live and feeling the energy from everyone there. It was really fun.
Okay. And last question. What does the future hold for Jezabeth?
Ooh. Lots of screams and lots of people on the floor who need to go to a hospital. So, yeah.
It's plain and simple. Screams and hospitals. Oh, that's amazing. Oh my god. Okay, Jezabeth. Well, thank you very much for giving us a chance to interview you. Can you just let all your fans in the UK know where they can find you?
Yeah. Okay. I'm on Twitter at Jezabeth001. I'm on Facebook. If you just type in Jezabeth, there's a ad page and a like page. So yeah, go on that. I have a Tumblr. I think it's Jezabeth001. I have a website which is jezabeth001.weebly.com. I have a LinkedIn page. I haven't been on that for God knows how long. I have. What else do I have? I have
Facebook.
Yeah, I have Facebook. I have Twitter. I have a MySpace, but I think they shut MySpace down.
That's proper old school.
Yeah, proper old school. And you can just type me in on Google, and I should pop up somewhere. So yeah, be nice to chat with anyone who wants to chat with me. I'm always talking to people on Twitter, so come chat with me.
Great. Okay, well, thank you very much, Jezabeth, and all the best with your career.
Oh, thank you. All the best to you as well. Have a lovely weekend.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
There you go, people. What an interview with Jezabeth. Can you believe it? She only started when she was 14 years old. God damn it. You can find Jezabeth on Twitter. That's at Jezabeth001. Make sure you follow her, people. Make sure you check her out. She's definitely up and coming in the game. She's going to be wrestling some more around the UK, and hopefully she's going to be reaching stateside again. So make sure you check her out, people. All right. And that's the end of the show. That is the end of the show. It's been a whirlwind. Woo! It's been a whirlwind. We started half an hour late, but it's all good because we got the shit done. That's how we do. So I got to say thanks to, obviously, our American folks, Nick Magee. Tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at PWSmartTalk. You can find my podcast on YouTube.com/PWSmartTalk. And you can find my blog page at ProWrestlingSmartTalk.blogspot.com. And also give me a like on Facebook.com/ProWrestlingSmartTalk. Okay,
next time we see Nick, he's going to be facing off on Beat the Clock Tournament. It's going down. It's going down.
PW Smart Talk will take down the machine. The machine must be defeated once and for all. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your savior, Segheads. I am your savior. I will save you from this catastrophe called Sunday Segue. Kinny Killa is nothing but a false prophet. Don't listen to him.
Hey, man, stop preaching, preacher. Don't bite the hand that feeds you, fella. Also, people, I got a thank all the way from Rhode Island, making his debut on the show, Professor Mike. It won't be the last time. Mike, please tell the people where they can find you.
You people can reach me on Twitter at Mr. President 92, an old nickname of mine. I decided to just leave it because, I'm just lazy sometimes. But class was in session today, and I hope, like you said, Kinny, that I would be back, and I appreciate you having me on. So
yeah, no doubt you'll be back, man. And,
fun.
Yep. And obviously, I cannot do this without the gal them sugar shugs.
Always a pleasure, never a chore.
Mid-yawn.
Mid-yawn, get back to my chicken. I think I gotta go and cut the grass, so, life is hard,
Just stay away from them bees, blood, please.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
I don't want.
It didn't turn out well for Macaulay Culkin, I don't want to end up like that guy.
No,
on that crack pipe.
Oh my god. Okay, people, in the words of this week will be done by Triple H just before he is about to face off against China and Kane, St. Valentine's Day Massacre 99. So, in the words of Triple H, I want to see everybody in this damn building on their feet and in our faces. I say, are you ready? Then, for the thousands in attendance, and for the millions watching at home, and for China, come on out here and get your ass kicked, you big jacked up bitch. And if you don't like that, you could choke on that slap nuts. Woo! I had to seek that one out, bro. Literally, it took me ages to find that.
You had to do some work, homework.
I had to do some homework. It's getting hard with these promos.